Buenos, días, meine lieben Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Danganronpa. Im letzten Part haben wir, ja, im letzten Part haben wir mit Chapter 5 gestartet und Kyokos ist verschwunden. Wir wurden von einer mysteriösen Person angegriffen und diese mysteriöse Person liegt heute tot im Garten. Ja, die Frage ist nur, wer ist diese Person? Es ist ja anscheinend das Mastermind. Das heißt, das Mastermind ist tot. Wir können nach Hause gehen, Leute. Das Spiel ist vorbei. Okay, Freunde. Also, das hier wird höchstwahrscheinlich der letzte Part werden. Just to make things clear. Last night I was attacked by someone wearing a mask. And whoever that was, now they are... I don't know why, but now they are laying dead in front of me. Okay, da jetzt wieder diese komischen Vögel am Schlaf sind, werde ich den Ton jetzt wieder ein bisschen leiser machen, den Ingame-Sound. I told you there's a corpse hanging out there. Okay, Leute, also erstmal, ich habe mich heute übrigens ein bisschen lauter gemacht als im letzten Part. Ich habe ein paar Testaufnahmen gemacht. Laut diesen Testaufnahmen war ich immer noch zu leise. Also ich habe mich jetzt auf 8,0 gestellt, wo ich ja ursprünglich gesagt habe, es hat übersteuert. Ich werde sehen, wie es ist. Ich werde, sobald wir beim Class 2 sind, mir Nudeln machen und mir dann die Aufnahme nochmal ansehen. Und wenn ich dann zu laut bin, dann ist das in dem Part halt so. Dann war ich dem anderen zu leise, dann nehme ich zu laut. Dann muss ich gucken, dann muss ich überlegen, ob ich jetzt zum anderen Mikrofon zurückwechsel für Danganronpa. Auch weil ich mir das hier extra für dieses Let's Play geholt habe, weil die anderen Let's Plays laufen tatsächlich mit dem hier sehr gut. Aber ja, wir werden sehen, ob ich zu laut bin. Told you there's a corpse hanging out here. Are they really dead? Is this really a dead body? You need to begin looking around right away. Moment, falsch betont. You need to begin looking around right away. However, be ever so careful. There's no telling what you might find. Jo, mein Freund, was hast du dazu zu sagen? What's this body doing here? I mean, who is it? Why? Who is this? How did they wind up dead here? We can't move forward until we figure that out. What's going on? Who is that? It's found in the lost and found. Even that... Moment. Oh, wir sind einfach nicht sicher vor diesen Insekten, Alter. Sogar im Pausebildschirm sind diese Insekten am Start. Was soll das? Even a dead body can find its way home that way. Ja, ich glaube, es waren alle. Okay, need to find out who this actually is. There's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery. But one thing I do know. That whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. Why? Das kann natürlich auch diese Mukuro Ikusawa sein, ne? Ich meine, wir haben den Namen ja oft genug gehört. Vor allem ich, der 1000 Testaufnahmen machen musste. How did they wind up here? Their heart isn't beating, they're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to that knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained by a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their body and face are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least. Huh? How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of her body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then it could be... Okay, was hast du jetzt? Okay, der... Clean! Get lost here, the mask clean off! Come on! Wait, don't! Was passiert jetzt? But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Kyokos' hand shot out toward the mask. Leute, ich bin gleich wieder da. Kyokos' hand shot out towards the mask. And in the next instant... Yo, what the fuck geht jetzt ab? There was a blinding light and the deafening roar. The body blew up. It blew up, it blew up, it blew up, it blew up, it blew up. Alter, what the fuck? Und Toko ist auch richtig weggeflogen. Stell mal vor, die ist jetzt tot, Alter. Tschüss, Toko. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then... Hurry up! Put out the fire! As my consciousness attempted to float away, the voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it! Warum machst du es nicht selber? Und wie hast du mir den Wassereimer überhaupt gegeben, wenn du auf der komplett anderen Seite vom Körper stehst? Voll der Typ, Alter. Peak-Typ. Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Splosh. Peak Splosh. Ich habe mir gerade übrigens Peak Kaffee geholt. Thankfully that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. Der ganze Körper ist im Arsch, Junge. Was soll das? I guess Ted took care of it. What the hell, man? Wo ist mein Handy eigentlich? What the hell? What the dunkel? But what the hell, man? It's exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body. But I never imagined it would explode. And now the body...
What?
It's burned to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Compared to a steak, I'll never be able to eat steak again. Now that the body's cleared, we really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? Huh?
Why?
If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Kyoko? And that dead body. Nein! Nein, es ist Kyoko! Nein! Ist Kyoko? Das erklärt doch, warum das gesagt wurde mit Kyokos last words. Nein! Scheiße. Haben wir sie umgebracht? Im Halbschlaf oder so? Können Sie sich dran erinnern? No, that can't be right. Calm down. I didn't say it was Kyoko. But, I mean, who else? There is one other person.
In other words...
The mastermind. Yo. What?
What?
The mastermind?
What the heck?
Oh, there's no way. The mastermind got charbroiled? Get serious. I agree. Normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. But I have reason to believe it may be true. Yeah, Monokuma. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But...
That corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. Can you remember what Alter Ego said? Richtig, Alter Ego sagt ja auch, dass es ein Typ ist, aber Kyoko hat ja auch gesagt, dass sie das nicht glaubt. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the mastermind is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
What the heck?
He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Ich liebe übrigens das Wort dude, das ist einfach so cool, Junge. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair? Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student at Hope's Peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you'd better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was... Wo ist mein Zettel hin? Wo ist mein Zettel für den Mukuro Ikusaba Counter hin? Mein Zettel ist weg. Ach, da ist er. Was ist denn jetzt? Ah, hier. Nummer 5. Okay. Moment. So. 5-mal wurde es jetzt gesagt. Junge, und dieses Käfergebumse ist einfach immer noch da, Alter. Ich hab keinen Bock mehr auf diese Käfer. Wieso mache ich mich denn lauter, wenn ich das Gameplay eh leiser machen muss? Sounds like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Kusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. Übrigens, ich lasse den Ton jetzt einfach so. Ich werde, wenn ich mir meine Nudeln mache, nochmal mit dem Part ansehen. Was ich schon aufgenommen habe, werde ich mir in der Zeit ansehen. Und wenn ich dann finke, genau. Wenn ich finke, dass ich zu laut bin, werde ich den Ton runtermaken. Also wenn es übersteuert, ne? Nur wenn es übersteuert. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here and it's a female? That would match the body's characteristics. Crazy, ultimate despair. It sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair? Well, she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burnt to a crisp?
What the heck?
If this makes any sense, just suddenly show up and then die? I think we'd better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us find out exactly who it was. Hey, wait!
What?
Aren't we forgetting something? You know, Toko?
What?
Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Alter, du juckst dich wirklich für niemanden um dich rum, oder? Ja, sie lebt noch und sie ist wieder in diesem State. Oh, she survived. Oh, she survived. What happened? Master!
Stop talking.
You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live. This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Ist hier wirklich gut. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Just for a second. It's a corpse, isn't it? Well, I guess so. Yes? Is it? Dead body or not? It's a dead body. I hate this. I hate it. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't wanna find again. Yeah, we don't want that either. So I think it's best if you don't look. Everyone is dying. Why? Why is this happening? The explosion was done perfectly. I gotta hand it to whoever did this. Is it wrong to admire that kind of skill? Yes, ja, definitiv. Gerade von dir hätte ich das nicht erwartet, Fina.
Could it be?
The Mastermind just got Master Landmined. Ach du Scheiße, was?
How about that?
How about that? Oh yeah, ich habe so lange drauf gewartet, Alter. Pretty good, right? That one's going in the jokebook of my soul. Ach du Scheiße, Junge. Ach du Scheiße. I had a bad feeling about the body, but I never imagined it would explode. Regardless, can't help but wonder who it was. Things are growing more interesting by the minute. We'll take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry. I don't plan on touching the body all that much. Not Kyoko after all. True. Oh, das Vogel... Ach, komm schon. Something next to the body. It's a key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? What did you steal? I stole this. A key? Nein, das ist definitiv ein ganz anderer Schlüssel. Looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any normal key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It's probably the only key of its kind on Earth. That's why the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. Then this key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near the body. Never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then. Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. Huh?
See.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean
So in other
the
words,
biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, the dorms room on the second floor? It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now? Yes! Endlich ist das Vogelgezwitscher weg. Okay, ich mache den Ton mal eben wieder so, wie er ursprünglich war. Einen Moment. Ach komm schon! Okay, Leute, das wäre geschafft. Okay, ich weiß aber, wo wir hin müssen. Wir müssen ins Data Center. Theoretisch wäre es wirklich eine Option, das Gameplay leiser zu machen. Das Gameplay war gerade eigentlich auch annehmbar. Also wenn ich jetzt mit 8,0 zu sehr übersteuere, dann setze ich mich wieder auf 7,0, weil mit 7,0 war Mario RPG wirklich machbar. Und setze einfach den Ingame-Sound leiser. Dann ist mir das sowas von egal. The door to the data center was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. I went to insert the key I found in the garden into the keyhole. It fits! And this key is the key. Then this is the key to the data center. I managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to tell everyone else. Immediately I headed back to the garden. Nein. So you're back. How did it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor. We can get into the data center now.
see.
Interesting. Why did the now deceased body have that key on them? I suppose we just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Here we are. Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so when you open the door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? You're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Makoto. Du musst deine Kings nicht an mir ausleben. Du hast Toko dafür.
In other words,
It's in your hands. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Wir reden wie immer erst nochmal mit allen. Ne? Bayakuya. I said I trust you. You know an obligation to live up to that trust. Hina müsste hier auch irgendwo sein. Ja, Hina.
Okay.
It'll be fine, Makoto's on the job. Not that that's any kind of guarantee. Not a guarantee. I'm totally sure there won't be another kaboom for serious. Komm schon, du bist immer zumindest 30% richtig. But just to be safe, I'm gonna go stand somewhere else. Und du, Toko? Die ist wahrscheinlich sauer, dass Byakuya uns dafür benutzt und nicht sie. Master told you he trusts you. Master told you that. Don't let it go through your head. I am so not happy about any of this. Geil, Junge, geil. I reached out and put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Eine Monokuma-Tür und jede Menge Bildschirme. In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread.
what?
Hey, that's... He extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. Dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. It's a direct feed. from every single surveillance camera. Well, wir wussten schon, dass die dafür benutzt werden, uns zu überwachen. Warum ist das jetzt so eine Überraschung? All the cameras in the school feed back into this room. And they displayed on here on these monitors.
So that's it.
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. To watch us? Then this room is
It's all clear now.
the Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. Mastermind's room. I guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here. Watching us. And I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. It was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind. Then the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? Ich muss mal ganz kurz einen Schluck von meinem Kaffee trinken. Heute wieder Danganronpa in der Kaffee-Edition, Alter. It would seem so. For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Ich muss mal ganz kurz schauen. Mein Verstärker ist auf 8, ne? Ja, ist er. Okay. Because, I mean, the body... Whatever happened, they obviously Rechnen ist schwierig, Alter. Obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it dead?
But
The Mastermind really is dead. Means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
about that?
How about that? Oh yeah, Hero, heute gönnt er nochmal, nachdem er im letzten Part diesen Satz irgendwie 1-2 Mal gesagt hat. We gotta hurry up and find the exit. Come on, wir wissen, wo der Exit ist. Der Exit ist unten in der Main Hall.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. But what about the exit? Ist halt echt so, Alter. Ich würde auch erstmal sagen, so, yo, lass mich bitte gehen, Alter. If the Mastermind truly is that we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the Mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the Mastermind was obviously murdered. Murdered? Oh mein Gott, ein Messer steckt in seinem Bauch drin. Er wurde umgebracht. Sie wurde umgebracht. Tschüss, wie heftig. So you think so too, huh? State of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The Mastermind was murdered.
But
Hero, standst du nicht gerade noch auf der anderen Seite des Raums? Why is it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
Such ignorance.
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the Mastermind.
I'm telling you!
Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again! The Mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This one may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the Mastermind must have spent who knows how much time in here. Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the Mastermind. Ich würde tatsächlich erstmal nochmal mit allen reden. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. How was the Mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the Mastermind. I mean, I wanna know why they were killed as much as the next guy. But I also really wanna get out of there. Out of here.
What's your problem?
Hurry up and find something! For Master. There's really a ridiculous number of monitors here. And the Mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. As long as I have this. Huh? Look at Master go! It's like a feast for the eyes! How much is a monthly membership? Alter, calm the fuck down. It's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop alter ego was installed on. Not on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network and alter ego. You may well be right about that. But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. This looks kinda creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you use the key that opened this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. It won't even fit inside the keyhole. Oh. Ich muss noch mal ganz kurz einen Schluck trinken. Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. Worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The mastermind is gone. So there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Schon wieder Danganronpa in der Blaulicht-Edition, Alter. Wir brauchen einen Blaulicht-Counter. An irgendwen, der irgendwann mal das Beste aufmacht. Blaulicht-Counter, Leute. There's nothing showing up on this one. Huh? Hey, look, next to the TV. Isn't that a TV-Antenne? Ich sag euch eine Sache, er wird jetzt wieder How About That sagen. Das habe ich noch im Kopf.
How about that?
Ich hab's mal wieder genailt, Alter. Und ich hab grad meine Augen zu. Er sagt irgendwas mit seiner Oma, oder? It is! It's not like one of my grandma... Like the one my grandma used. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Und ich glaube, das war das letzte Mal, dass wir How About That in diesem Spiel gehört haben. Es tut mir leid, Leute. Ihr werdet nie wieder How About That hören. Findet euch damit ab. Vielleicht irgendwann im Postgame oder so. Keine Ahnung. Ich weiß es nicht. Ach man, ey, was hab ich denn mit dieser Voiceline, Alter? Was ist denn mit mir? Wir brauchen einen How About That Counter, Alter. Ich muss noch mal ganz kurz trinken. Und wir brauchen einen Kaffee-Counter, Alter. Dieses Let's Play ist so eine Legende, Leute. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Huh? Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, it's Saturday morning. Hina's here. Are you talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
No?
You're really starved for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way to the TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about?
You know?
Voll der Typ, Alter. It totally is. How about that? Das ist genauso eine wie die meine Oma benutzt. Ich weiß noch, wie ich bei meinem letzten Playthrough nämlich auch hier stand und so war so like, bitte, bitte sag's nochmal für mich. Und dann sagt er es wieder, how about that? Und ich war so like, boah, die Erlösung, Junge, die Erlösung. Boah, wie in so einem Video, wo eine Frau mit einem Typen was macht und sie ihn einfach nicht lässt und sie lässt ihn nicht und irgendwann lässt sie ihn. Und oh, so eine Befreiung war das, Alter. Oh, Alter, Junge, was ist mit dir? Du fühlst gerade auch die Erlösung, oder? What's wrong? Got news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on. Then do it. Er ist richtig genervt. Freaking idiot mastermind. Oh, and you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. Geil. What the fuck? Huh? This is... It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
What are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird. You are weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird. Super weird.
But
this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how is it showing the camera feed?
Well,
Did you try changing the channel?
um,
Oh, good idea. Let's give it a try. He went through each channel one by one. And on every channel it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
Is it broken or
Could
something?
it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. Trick? What kind of trick? Oh, monokuma?
Actually,
Not sure, but... Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
what?
I know why, you freaking bastards! Monokuma? Oh, you're supposed to be dead! Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid!
What?
Hey, you're acting kinda strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
Of course, I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would it be a pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a beer. I mean, it's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well now.
And that's it.
Shing.
Well, it's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you to all have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going.
Let me out of
No.
here!
We were supposed to get out of here. Ich glaube, das hat er gerade nicht aufgenommen, egal. Ich habe versucht, diese eine Voiceline nachzumachen. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life, no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? Wir scheint es wirklich zu genießen, wenn wir in despair sind.
Well now.
Phew, I'm pooped from all that laughing. Guess I'll just get to the point now. The point?
Hey,
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV? Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
Heck?
But I connected to the antenna, so why is it just showing us the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Then I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. The TV is absolutely without a doubt displaying the signal coming on the antenna. What does that mean? It's displaying the signal? But it's just us standing here.
unbelievable.
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Kills, chills, kills.
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What?
Extreme.
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. No matter how many times he says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning. Broadcast live? The entire world? What kind of bad luck is this? It can't be! We have to take over the airwave somehow!
Oh no!
Oh no! The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible! That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? Ich trinke nochmal einen Schluck von meinem Kaffee, Leute. Ah, und das war's mit meinem Kaffee. You need one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now? I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me loving you here right now. Did I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them the true despair. They'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, There's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did? Huh?
yes indeed.
Then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV and try to warn you. They won't actually come here to help. Do you think it's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all the communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep. So how could things have come this far? Well, it's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh. It's the little business of... Nein. Nein. Schon wieder?
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Scheiße. Huh? Last one? You mean...
It's the Monokuma File.
Das war gerade richtig scheiße gelesen von mir. I leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you've got, okay?
Heart-pounding
Okay.
excitement.
Things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. Been in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait.
By the way, ganz kurze Note an mich selber, wenn ich in dem Part hier übersteuern sollte. Ich werde das eh nicht sehen, oder? Ich werde das eh niemals sehen. Kurze Note für mich selber. Anita, du wirst das sehen. Sag mir einfach die Note an mich selber. Oder sag mir, dass ich eine Note an mich selber habe um die und die Zeit. Wenn ich in dem Part übersteuern sollte, dann mache ich beim nächsten Part 7,5 anstatt 8. Weil 7 war anscheinend zu leise, 7,5 auch, aber ich habe 7,5 nur in meinem Test ausprobiert und nicht in der Praxis. Deswegen, das hier ist jetzt 8, wenn ich übersteuern sollte, 7,5. And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. And we were left with... all we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. Took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment and... how is he still alive?
Sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind Mukuro Ikusaba isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her. So it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. Scheiße. Ach, Kyoko, warum musstest du nur sterben? Ich habe kein einziges Freetime-Event mit ihr gemacht. Jetzt fühle ich mich schlecht. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Aber, Alter, was eine Voiceline. Quiet, habe ich doch noch nie gehört. I don't believe, whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself. Anyway, we'd better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer.
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
Huh? But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. Hoppla, Peak... Ah! Ah, Hilfe! Ah! Peak, look off. If you value your lives, you will put everything you have into this. That is how this game works after all. Oh, jetzt kommt auch das geile Theme, Alter. Dieser Remix von dem anderen Theme. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. Unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. Or we are all dead. I need to go back to the... Nein, zum Garten. Jetzt kommt wieder Peak, Peak Vogelgezwitscher. Leute. Ich lasse das jetzt einfach so, wie es jetzt ist. Ist mir egal. Vielleicht hört man mich jetzt schlechter. Oder wisst ihr, was ich mache? Ich mache einfach die Soundeffekte aus, solange wir im Garten sind. Okay, ich habe 6 Mal gedrückt. 6. Ich schreibe mir ganz kurz noch 6 auf. Damit ich weiß, wie der Ton vorher war. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Hier steht genauso wie vorher. So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't wanna faint anymore. Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked? You know, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach. Sticking out your gut for the whistler. You're so skibbity. You're so fan and thanks. And the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. The Yakuza said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was in the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, it was a big help. What if you explained it? I totally remember how it looked. But having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Body before the explosion had been... ja. Okay, ich würde sagen, ich rede noch mit den beiden. Timing, Makoto. I want to talk to you. Ja, okay, der will irgendwas Relevantes, okay. Wir reden mit ihm später. It's 11 o'clock right now. Alter, was? Wir haben 2 Stunden. Warte mal, vor 2 Stunden stand... Seht ihr das mal? Ich mit Zeit nicht spielen. Guck mal, Leute. Wir sind um 7 Uhr in die Dining Hall gekommen. Um 9 Uhr standen wir vom Headmasters Office. Das heißt, wir haben 2... Ja, obwohl, das macht Sinn. Das macht eigentlich Sinn, okay. Okay, and... Juckt halt echt keinen, Alter. Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Fina. It was right about 7:30. Du hast eine halbe Stunde gebraucht. Ja, okay, er hat ja auch gesagt, dem ging's nicht so gut. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Coco went to get the pickaxe. And that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Coco, what time is it? When we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 900 dot right now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty smart job. Naja. So, wir kommen noch dazu. Ich glaube, hier ist irgendein Clou. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. Oder ich glaube, hier ist nichts. Doch, hier ist was. Room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the top is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Okay. That's that one thing that concerns me. Ja. Schauen wir mal, ob es den Hühnern gut geht. I remember, there were some chickens in the chicken coop. Nein, es ist nur noch 4. Nein! Eins der Hühner ist weg. Nein, was ist nur passiert? I count 4 chickens. Hä? 4?
Yo.
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? Huh? What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Ich schreie jetzt ganz bestimmt nicht, Alter. It's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. It was down here just before nighttime last night and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. Conspiracy! Oh yeah! It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore hero and focus on the problem at hand. Voll der Typ, Alter, aber Hauptsache die Okkult ist Bullcrap. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could be related to the case. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They are set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. The Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. But the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. It would mean the murder must have taken place danach. Ist doch logisch. Okay, jetzt müssen wir uns die Actual Corpse ansehen. Okay, wir fangen an mit dem Messer. It's a knife laying on the ground. What's this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma fan said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this... Stimmt, normalerweise wird er auch immer ein Cause of Death genannt. That's it. It's a knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. Yeah, there's too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night. They were holding that knife. The same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... When they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then I... Ja, und wie kommt Bro dann hier oben in den Garten in der 5. Etage? Kannst du mir das mal erzählen? And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. Why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene. If I check the body more thoroughly, then maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? The white leg the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also the top half of the body is wet. Ja, aber wir einmal Wasser drauf geknallt haben. Ich glaube, das nehme ich als Thumbnail, Leute. Wartet mal. Ich muss ja irgendwas immer als Thumbnail nehmen, ne? Und wollte eigentlich das Bild als Thumbnail nehmen, wie Toko wegfliegt. Aber ich habe vergessen, es als Thumbnail, zu screenshotten. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the top part of it was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Der Körper sieht richtig schlimm aus, Alter. Yeah? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Ist ja immer so mit diesen Fake-Nägeln. Aber hat Kyoko nicht normalerweise Handschuhe an? There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. These look like fragments of something. They're all burned, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. Where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Ja. Okay. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. Ach, scheiße, ich muss doch X drücken. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. He was been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night there was nobody here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. Schwachsinn, irgendwer kann auch den Körper hierher gebracht haben. Das ist nicht der erste Mord. Das wäre nicht der erste Mord, bei dem ein Körper bewegt worden ist. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina and I were in the gym together the entire last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. But I was dead asleep. I had a few or so. That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? I think I've checked everything I need in this area. I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. Ja, wir müssen ins Gym. Also das muss ich im Real Life auch, weil ich so fett geworden bin, Alter. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Is it also Kyoko who attacked me last night? I can find out more about her, and maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. Key to her room.
It's all clear.
Ja, Byakuya hat den Schlüssel, das heißt, es ist möglich. I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Byakuya. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyokos' room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Oh, lass das nicht Toko, dass du ihn das gefragt hast, ne? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of.
Goodbye.
Find me again later. Yo, ich hab's aus Versehen weggedrückt. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Hiro, hast du noch irgendwas zu sagen? I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. Wir müssen ins Lim und das war's? Das waren alle Areas, wo wir hin müssen? Hier haben wir nichts zu tun, hier auch nicht. Naja. Okay, wir müssen also wirklich nur ins Lim. Gut, ich möchte die, Sounds wieder anschalten. Was? Warum hast du jetzt irgendwas verändert? Du Hurensohn, hast einfach was verändert. Reset Settings. Moment. Ich muss das ganz kurz fixen. Okay, jetzt wurde anscheinend nur das Voice Volume um 1 hochgedreht. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ich lasse es jetzt einfach mal so, wie es war. Also wie es vorher war. Weil ich will da nicht mehr dran rumfummeln als nötig. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? It's what? Bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. Bomb? Ja, wussten wir auch, dass überall Bomben sind? Weil Mondo im ersten Part ja auch fast weggesprengt worden ist. Oder nee, das war im zweiten Part, sorry. Im zweiten Part. Junge Marlon hat mir 4 Audios geschickt. 4 Audios hat mir der Typ geschickt. That bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyokos' room. I should head back to the garden and... Oh nein, schon wieder der scheiß Garten, Junge! Byakuya ist doch vorhin noch aus dem Garten rausgegangen. Oh. Wie ihr mich kennt, werde ich natürlich wieder mit allen reden. Obwohl ich rede nur mit Hiro erstmal als Example, weil der ja vorhin... Ja, die haben jetzt keinen anderen Dialog, okay. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyokos' room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah, wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Okay. Vamos. Wo wohnt Kyoko? Richtig, Kyoko wohnt hier. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. So, das ist Kyokos Room. Sie hat hier auch nichts Besonderes. Genau wie wir. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. Lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for the lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo. Woodblock key, okay. It's her bag. I don't see anything interesting in here. Ich will mit Byakuya reden. Hallo, ich will mit Byakuya reden. Dankeschön.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out to... You can't be serious. That's why... Junge, reicht jetzt. Jetzt lesen wir es richtig, okay? Dritter Versuch. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless. If you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed. No matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened. So open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? But did something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumbled up piece of paper. Leuten Peak Class 78, Student Registry, Muko Ikusawa, Sex Female. Den Rest kann man nicht mehr lesen. Class 78 Student Registry, Muko Ikusawa?
I see.
It appears to be Muko Ikusawa's profile. Yeah, looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Oh, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and... that's it! This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Das war doch jetzt blau. What the fuck? Das war doch jetzt blau. Hä? Okay. Okay. Byakuya kann einfach Gedanken lesen, das ist einfach so heftig. I made an effort to pull myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Name? Muko Ikusawa, sex female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist, trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Interessant. The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group. It doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in is like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other one is sci-fi. No way to even compare the two. It's how different this is. That was how I saw things. As just an ordinary person, but then I never imagined I would create... Shit. Better. I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard thinks that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Ah, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. It's you.
What?
Have you gotten your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me. Not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? So I can't forget this Misogami who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. There's our omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am! Proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
You all first got together in the main hall back when? Back when? Ich glaube, das heißt back then. There were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of
Yes,
you.
indeed!
The total number of students taking place in this killing game is actually 16. See, taking part, not taking place, sorry. 16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Sorry, dass ich auf Auto gestellt habe, ich musste mal wieder einen Strich auf meiner Liste machen. Ich brauche auch mal wieder einen Schluck Wasser, Alter. Mein Mund ist so voll mit Spucke, Junge. Ja, ja. Wundervoll. 16th student, Mukuro Ikusawa. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up in to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed!
Makes sense?
Well now...
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears that stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, no, that's all you get. Okay. Interessant. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand. There's her too. Wait, but no! Monokuma specifically said they wear scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... there's fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigations fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
Certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing that game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But based on what Monokuma just told us, I have changed
It's
my
all
mind.
clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a
So
good
in
point.
other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her. Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's a trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely does seem possible, but if it's really true, Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo
Let's
really
go.
are connected. Well, are you coming? I'm coming, Daddy! Okay, what the fuck, Alter. Oh Gott, ey. Und jetzt ist das im Internet. Da bin ich einmal froh, dass mein Mikrofon nicht alles aufnimmt. Okay, Byakuya Daddy, hast du irgendwas zu sagen? Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for after all. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyokos room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Kodo, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
Right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wetted up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Yeah, and this is for blue. Is that a blood stain? If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location? There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Oh, wir gehen wieder an seinen Lieblingsplatz. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Search. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of stuff, all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seems to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in his hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Aber ich finde auch cool, wie wir jetzt da unten chillen. Eigentlich wäre das ein viel besseres Thumbnail, oder? Nehme ich das als Thumbnail? Ich glaube, ich nehme das als Thumbnail. Moment. Was ich sagen wollte, ist, dass, hat Byaku nicht gerade noch gesagt, er liest es für uns? Warum chillen wir jetzt da unten mit dem Buch und... Hä? Voll der Typ, Alter. Typ. Freue is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Moment, was? Tschüss! Okay. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. Those people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Don't you mention it. The report says something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they are a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Das ist sehr interessant. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Would that mean... Muko Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook. Heilige Scheiße, Alter. Okay, Leute. Class Trial Time.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
Sollte ich das wirklich tun? Ich überlege die ganze Zeit. Ich habe immer noch so das Gefühl, ich bin immer noch zu leise. Aber ich habe mich ein Dezibel lauter gestellt als im letzten Part. Es kann doch gar nicht sein, dass ich immer noch zu leise bin, wenn ich mich ein Dezibel lauter stelle, oder? Ich stell das Spiel sonst ein halbes Dezibel leiser. Und das ist mein nächster Sword, den ich greife.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
Es sei denn, ich übersteuere. Da muss ich komplett nachdenken, was ich tue. Da muss ich wirklich vielleicht das andere Mikrofon wieder nehmen.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Okay, Freunde, ihr wisst, was das heißt. Ich habe mir gleich erstmal Peak-Nudeln machen. Marlon hat mir noch eine 5. Audio geschickt. Und ich habe ein Foto bekommen. Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial. It would seem that way. Let's go. Wow, Byaku and Makoto showed up together.
Ah,
Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Kodos ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But I stood there for five full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or... Or what?
What?
Jesus! Yeah. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the one making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Du lebst! Heilige Scheiße, sie lebt, Leute! Halleluja! I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko? You're still alive! No! That's a... Maus! Ach, Ivo, bitte, halt's Maul! Stop talking! If you wanna fight, do it at a class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right? But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? So selfish, so spoiled. Alright, there's no penalty officially. I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. We'll be just one step ahead of ya. When Monokuma was gone, we all washed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die? Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps. But that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right! Oh, we've got to deal with a Ghost! Ivo, bitte reiß dich doch mal zusammen. Ich dachte, wir hätten das mit den Geistern hinter uns. Die Okkult ist Bullcrap. Oh yeah. Aber er glaubt selbst an so eine Scheiße. I told you, stop talking!
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Normalerweise reden die ja auch noch mal immer mit allen, die hier chillen. Aber das können wir jetzt gar nicht. Mann! Alle sind schon weg. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras here, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body has been discovered. And when did you find out? Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However,
I'm sorry, I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all... Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she says, right? Maybe. Being the last one, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In the dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Eieieiei, da tun einem ja wirklich... Halt's mal. Da tun einem ja wirklich die Augen weh, so wie der das hier umdekoriert hat. I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and laughs has passed. Let's go on with the show. Ich habe ihn nicht mal auswählen lassen. And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay, wir setzen erstmal Skills. Wir haben ja mehr Skillpunkte bekommen. Wir haben 2 Skillpunkte zusätzlich. Wirklich. That is your aim. Ja, okay, das klingt gar nicht so schlecht. Nee. Ja, wir haben irgendwie nur Schmutz. Also wir haben keine neuen Skills bekommen und ich kann euch schon mal sagen, wir werden auch keine mehr bekommen. Weil wir keine Freetime-Events mehr haben werden. Anyway, ich mache mir jetzt Nudeln, hören mir Marlons Audios an. Ey Leute, wisst ihr, was mich mega wütend macht? Ich muss es mal ganz kurz erzählen. Meine beste Freundin hat mich unter einem Gewinnspiel markiert. Und, das Ding ist, sie hat 2 meiner Accounts in ihrem Gewinnspiel markiert. Hat sie keine Freunde oder wieso hat sie das gemacht? Moment mal. Ist der Kommentar weg? Wo ist denn der Kommentar hin? Wo ist der Kommentar hin? Hä? Wo ist der Kommentar? Ich suche den gerade. Ich sehe den nicht mehr. What the fuck? Ich habe den Kommentar gelöscht, weil ich sie darauf angesprochen habe, dass sie... Weil ich habe nämlich gesagt, dass sie keine Freunde hat, weil sie einfach beide meine Accounts markiert hat, weil sie musste 3 Freunde markieren. Und sie hat quasi nur mich, nochmal mich und irgendwen anders markiert. Oh, Mercedes hat mir auch was geschickt. Okay, Leute, wir sehen uns gleich wieder. Freunde, wir sind wieder back on track. Ich habe mir Nudeln geholt. Ich werde aber mich muten während des Trials, außer ich habe irgendwas zu sagen oder es gibt eine Action-Sequenz, weil wir uns was zu essen bestellt haben und es an der Tür klingeln könnte und ich habe keinen Bock, dass meine Mutter mir die Aufnahmen ruiniert. Weil meine Mutter nämlich aus Spaß meinte, sie würde es tun und wenn sie es tut, dann werfe ich sie aus dem Fenster oder so. Keine Ahnung. Also, Freunde, wir sehen uns gleich.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Ich weiß jetzt schon, dass ich jetzt was sagen will. Gleich.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Oh, lass uns gar nicht lang drum rumreden, Alter. Wir machen keinen Smalltalk, wir gehen direkt straight to the
First, we
point.
need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Willst du mich eigentlich verarschen, Alter? Sie steht doch direkt da drüben.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Guck mal, Toko ist auf meiner... Guck mal, Toko ist schlau. Ich find's so schön. Mädchen mit Brillen sind ohnehin schlau. Toko ist schlau.
Oh, that's a ghost!
Peak Ghost auf jeden Fall. Guck mal, sie sagt nicht mal was dazu. Es ist so dumm, Alter.
She has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
How about that, Leute? How about that? Ach komm, ey. Die Okkult ist Bullcrap. Alter, du bist
There's a limit to
Bullcrap.
how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Junge. Ich wäre auch abgefuckt.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
Kyokos Piercing Glare. Oh Gott, bitte halt dir die Fresse da hinten. Freunde, wir sind wieder back on track. Ihr hört mich, ich höre aber gerade nichts. Ich war gerade nicht in der Nähe von meinem Ding da. So, Freunde. Wir können weitermachen. Einer von den Nachbarn hat es gerade nämlich für nötig gehalten, hier rumzuschreien. Dann dachte ich mir so, hä? Ja, und meine Bestellung ist in der Zeit gekommen, wo jetzt die Pause war. Also, Freunde, wir können weitermachen. Also, nicht Kyokos Piercing Glare, sondern Kyokos Gloves. Oder Hands.
I'm gloves.
Hoppla, das
They'll
wollte ich
give
nicht,
us some
sorry.
insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
Ja.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
Willst du mich verarschen? Du warst dabei, als wir das erfahren haben.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Ach du Vollidiot. Nein! Die Leiche hat schon vorher keine Handschuhe an. Du Idiot, Junge! Macht er mich wütend?
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Jo, safe. Wo ist eigentlich mein Handy hin? Ach da. Jo, safe ist der einfach... Ja, genau. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Let's fucking go! Make your argument! Ich glaube, es sind die Fake Nails.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay,
Wollte ich nicht.
prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Können wir nicht einfach
They got
den
burnt
Idioten
up in the
ignorieren?
explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Ich genervt wie Aki auch. Der hat gar keinen Bock, Alter.
Then prove it.
Ich hätte auch keinen Bock
They got
drauf.
burnt up in the... Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah.
No, it's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Jo, aber du hast irgendwie Ahnung von Frauen? Du willst mir erzählen, dass du Ahnung von Frauen hast? Oh, wenn du ihr ins Gesicht schlägst, das würde man sehen, also schlag ihr besser in den Magen. Oh, also ich habe die Tochter von irgendeinem reichen Typen über all ihre Lebensersparnisse erpresst. Ivo, du hast keine Ahnung von Frauen. Sogar ich habe mehr Ahnung von Frauen. Und ich bin ein Fettsack, der den ganzen Tag zu Hause chillt und Nudeln frisst. Bitte, halt's Maul.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well,
Let's fucking go.
Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Okay, keine Ahnung, was hier zu tun ist. Also ich habe auch kaum Erinnerungen an das File tatsächlich.
Kyoko really is still
Also
alive.
wir haben 7 Minuten Zeit dafür. Wir haben nicht mal einen Skill dafür.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Ja, ich weiß, was zu tun ist.
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description... Identify the body...
Oh, Glück gehabt, Alter. Viel Glück.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Sorry, dass ich immer so lange brauche, um was zu sagen, aber ich habe immer den Mund voll, wenn ich was sagen will. War mir klar, dass Toko das gefällt, Alter. Die würde wahrscheinlich auch Byakuya ihren Kopf abschlagen lassen, damit er sagen kann, you're my bitch!
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Ja, wir brauchen Fenrir. Hallo, wo ist es denn? Ist hier?
I got it!
Ah, da ist okay.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Es ist natürlich auch richtig cool, sich so ein Ding auf die Hand zu machen, wo es jeder sehen kann, Alter. Ich hab ja niemals Bock drauf. Ja, Wolf, der Wolf von Ragnarok. Gib mir ein L. Komm, gib mir ein L. Komm. L. F, gib mir ein F, gib mir ein F. Vamos, amigos.
Now I understand.
Lo hemos hecho.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir,
What?
the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
Alter, die ist so smart.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? Now we have to have a cool last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Oh, er ist so schlau, Alter, ich liebe ihn.
Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
So, ich hab meine Nudeln übrigens auf. Ich werde mir gleich aber
All
nochmal
it
einen neuen
said
Teil
was
nehmen.
that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Nein, das kann nicht sein. Kyoko hat was falsch gemacht.
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
Was juckt uns das, Alter? Hä?
She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Also müssen nicht eigentlich immer alle bei dem Class-Trial dabei sein? Warum war sie davon
It
ausgeschlossen?
must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
Das sagt sie so
But
confident.
how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
I have officially decided. Das hat er jetzt einfach offiziell entschieden, das alles zu ignorieren, Alter. Tschüss.
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has hammered that point straight into your big ol' brains.
Ich wollte den Text nicht wegdrücken, sorry.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Was? Achso, ja.
One of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Boah, Hero, boah, how about that, Alter? Boah, krank, du bist so, dein Genius, oh mein Gott, du bist so schlau, Hero. Oh mein Gott, du bist so ein King, Junge, du bist so schlau. Wieso hat da sonst keiner dran gedacht? Und vielleicht gibt's auch noch eine 18. Person und eine 19. Stimmt, das kann ja alles sein. Das ist ja gar nicht ausgeschlossen. Stimmt.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Ich hoffe, man hat mich jetzt nicht rülpsen gehört.
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Ach man, ey, das erinnert mich an das erste Chapter, als Taka noch meinte, nehmt eure Hände hoch und sagt mir, macht eure Augen zu und wer es war, nimmt seine Hand hoch. Ich hätte wahrscheinlich meine Hand hoch gemacht, einfach für den Gag. Egal, ob ich bin oder nicht.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I
Makoto
got
und
it.
Kyoko.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
Allow me to explain. Er ist so arrogant, Junge.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
Das macht total Sinn.
However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want, somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
9 Uhr morgens.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. you don't have an alibi.
Sag das so, als wäre das was Gutes, Alter. Der sagt das mit so einer richtigen Freude in seinem Gesicht. Also von dann bis dann hast du kein Alibi. Das ist voll geil, Alter. What happened between 10 and 9? I don't have an alibi from 10 till 7:30. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. I can't reward an alibi for that period. Period! Then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. Ich muss aufhören zu schreien. Sprinklers. Sprinklers. Warum nicht Sprinklers, meine
time
Freunde?
frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist. The incident took place in the garden, right? I remember that.
We've established a time that took place somewhere
Between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto
doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 6 to 7.
Nein, das war's nicht. Keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist, mal wieder. Aber die Sprinklers sind auf jeden Fall, worauf wir hinaus wollen.
Somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
Ja, wir müssen darauf suchen. Ja, das hat auch mehr Sinn gemacht, okay. Ja, sorry. Mein Fehler.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Ja, yo, Peak, leck einfach.
Because of the sprinklers in the garden.
Ich habe heute 4 Parts Mario RPG aufgenommen. Kann natürlich sein, dass meine Capture Card schon ein bisschen überlastet ist. Deswegen machen wir mal lieber Schackels.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry,
Toko, hast du ein Gehirn?
You're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
Das hätte auch eher von Hivo kommen können.
Saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Du hast das jetzt gerade gesagt, du dumme F...
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Ich hatte das Gefühl, sie wäre gerade wieder etwas normaler geworden. Aber nein, Toko ist einfach Toko.
Man, you're totally wacko.
Nicht so voll die wacke Küsse, Alter.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler,
By the way, ich habe mich vor kurzem entschieden, dass ich Danganronpa Alpha des Spargirls auch Let's Playen werde. Allerdings nicht im normalen Danganronpa-Schedule, sondern dass ich jetzt einbauen werde in mein Usual Schedule. Und zwar, sobald ich mit was wollte ich nochmal sagen? Sobald wir mit Danganronpa 2 durch sind, weil dann gibt es keinen Spoiler mehr für das Spiel, werden wir mit dem Let's Play starten.
you'd better tell us why!
Also quasi parallel zu den Fangames. Ja, obwohl parallel dazu läuft auch noch das Pendant zum School Mode in Teil 2. Das heißt, wir werden erstmal das Pendant zum School Mode machen, also die ganzen Freetime-Events in Teil 2, und dann spielen wir das Spiel. Need to prove that it wasn't the spring that got the body wet. Warte, was? The moment of truth? Was? Warum? Warum rastet die denn jetzt so aus? Was hast du?
I admit nothing. No, no, no! Enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! Enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Ich hämmer richtig auf A, wenn ich viel Overtime habe, Alter. Scheiß drauf.
No, no, no!
Ich liebe übrigens dieses Spiel im ersten Teil. Im dritten Teil ist es noch geiler. Und im zweiten Teil ist es absolut Schmutzteil.
Nothing.
Da habe ich gar keinen Bock drauf.
No, no, no! Enough! Are you trying to blame me? How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Scheiße.
I'm right about this. I admit nothing.
Zumal seit wann ist das synchronisiert?
I admit nothing.
Seit wann ist das synchronisiert?
How
Moment,
can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
keine Ahnung.
This should prove it.
Body before the explosion wäre doch viel logischer, Alter. Der Körper war vor der Explosion nicht nass. Ganz einfach.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Junge, sie ist so
Let's just
komisch, Alter.
Move on.
Junge, Hivo und die, Alter. Die beiden sind wirklich... Ah.
The reason only the top half was wet
Ich muss mal mein
is
Auge
because
eincremen.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
Ja, okay,
So
sie
if
war
the sprinklers
bewusstlos
didn't get
währenddessen.
the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Hat man sich wirklich... Hast du gepennt, während wir das alles gemacht haben? Aber sie hat ja wirklich gepennt, weil sie ist ja durch die Explosion weggeflogen. Und sie war ja auch die ganze Zeit Landside Lag, als wir den Körper gefunden haben.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Oh yeah.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko is the only one without an alibi. Does not mean that Mukuro's killer is. No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone?
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Jo, jetzt geht's los.
So
Hä?
are you saying you're not the culprit?
Das hat sie nicht gesagt.
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you.
Oh, er hasst ihn richtig, Alter.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
Lass mich raten, er sagt jetzt, dass... Ich kenne das Spiel fast auswendig, Leute. Er sagt jetzt, dass Kyoko davon ausging, dass Mukuro das Mastermind ist.
She
Und sie
thought
deshalb
Mukuro was the ultimate despair.
Let's
In other
fucking
words,
go.
the mastermind behind everything.
Byakuya und ich, wir sind so Alter.
So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Meine Explanation war Peak Explanation, obwohl ich ja sogar noch derjenige bin, der vorhin noch dahergegangen ist und gesagt hat, dass der Körper einfach hätte bewegt werden können. Ja gut, ne, hab ich jetzt glaube ich selbst nicht scheiße geritten.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Ja, das... Das Ding hier.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
Richtig, die eine Seite ist ja dreckig und die andere ist sauber. Okay, ja, ich bin bei dir,
Only
Kyoko.
one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
Ja, okay, aber das beweist nicht, dass du das nicht getan hast. Das beweist auch nicht, dass ich es getan habe. Das beweist nur, dass... Ja, aber das macht ja immer noch keinen Sinn, okay? Also du willst mir gerade sagen, ich habe den Körper in dieses Tarp gerollt. Also, ganz kurz. Ich habe Mukuro Ikusaba abgestochen. Hab sie dann in den Garten gebracht in diesem Tarp. Gewartet, bis die Sprinklers anging. Und was habe ich da mit dem Tarp gemacht? Passt auf, mein Punkt ist nämlich gerade... Wann habe ich... Der Körper wurde ja nicht in dem Tarp gefunden. Das Tarp war ja in dem Toolshed. Ich hatte keine Zeit, das dahin zu bringen. Nach 7:30. Weil ich mich dann mit Hina getroffen habe. Nein, ich glaube, da wird sogar gleich drauf eingegangen. Ah ja, okay, ich erinnere mich sogar. Weil wir nicht sofort mit Hina mitgingen, hätten wir, glaube ich, Zeit dafür gehabt, uns darum zu kümmern. Glaube ich. Ich glaube, das wird gleich sogar gesagt.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
Dann haben wir aber einen sehr schlechten Job auch darin gemacht, das Tarp zu entsorgen.
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Ja, mit Kyoko say that. Ist so, was ist die jetzt so gegen uns, Alter? Ich dachte, wir hätten das geklärt von letztens. Why would you want to make me look like the killer? I can't think about that right now. The Tarp. It was used the way Kyokos said. That must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
An dem Körper war
And
Blut.
what might that be?
You can't worry about Kyokos' motivation. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refuse what Kyoko said. Okay, vamos amigos.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp... It was
Jo,
totally
wir reden auch.
spotless, right?
Das ist noch nie passiert, dass wir in der Discussion
That
geredet
side
haben.
was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Hey Junge! Wir müssen darauf
By
schießen.
covering the killer prevents.
So the reason that is because the spring, but the underside, it was totally. It's because that side, since it was facing. Of course it didn't.
No, that's wrong, Hero. Jetzt doch nur Scheiße, Alter. I bet it was an iron pipe.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
Yo, was habe ich gemacht? Scheiße! Ich bin auf meine Fernbedienung gekommen und jetzt habe ich kein Bild mehr. Ah, scheiße! Ich dachte gerade, ich hätte irgendwas kaputt gemacht hier. Nee, ihr habt noch Bild, aber ich habe kein Bild. Was mach ich denn jetzt? Exit? Lass mich hier raus. Oh, thank fucking God, Alter. Junge, meine Fernbedienung hat halt so Dinge wie Prime Video. Es hat auch ganz viele andere Scheiße. Wie Netflix und so. Aber ich kann den nicht mit dem Internet verbinden. Ich finde die scheiß Funktion nicht. Und deswegen hängt sich das dann immer alles auf. Beziehungsweise ich krieg da halt immer eine Fehlermeldung. Und ich hatte es einmal, dass ich wohin gekommen bin, auf der Suche nach der Funktion, das Internet einzuschalten. Und nichts ging mehr. Gar nichts. Keine Tasten funktionierten mehr auf der Fernbedienung. Keine. Nicht mal lauter und leiser funktionierten. Den Fernseher auszumachen brachte auch nichts. Wenn ich ihn aus und wieder angemacht habe, war ich genau wieder da. Und ich dachte wirklich, der Fernseher wäre im Arsch, Alter. Gut, weiter geht's. Hero, wie dumm bist du eigentlich? Oh Junge, ich weiß, dass es gleich refuted wird, was er sagt, aber es ist so dumm, Alter.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just
Danke,
washing
Byakuya.
one side
Danke.
wouldn't hide anything.
Danke, Byakuya.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh!
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers,
Ich will ganz kurz mal schauen, wie viele Truthbullets wir hier haben in dem Trial, okay? Okay, ja, okay, hier, wir haben noch was. Wir haben noch einiges, ja.
they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
I got it!
Axt von den Hühnern wurde
Could it
umgebracht.
have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene.
Weil das
so
würde
it
es
wouldn't be
Last fallen.
spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Was? Das macht ja noch weniger Sinn. Hä? Aber wofür dann das Tarp? Aber, hä? Nee, das check ich jetzt gerade echt nicht.
Covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
Ah, ja, okay.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Richtig, stimmt.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Ja, aber warum dann das Tarp? Warum kannst du dann nicht einfach den Körper woanders hinlegen? Warum musst du ihn denn in das Tarp packen dann? Ja, okay, ist ein bisschen dumm, aber ja, okay.
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Junge, mein Kleid, dass ich so still bin in dem Teil, ne? Ich bin oft still während der Trials. Im letzten Part war ich etwas, habe ich ein bisschen mehr geredet während des Trials, weil ich das selbst nicht gecheckt habe, aber irgendwie, ich bin heute richtig müde und, keine Ahnung. Ich bin auf jeden Fall bei euch, Leute. Ich bin bei euch, ich gucke mir das hier an, ne? Also, ja.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Was? Ist noch was anderes zu sagen außer hä? 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 Hä?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Warum sind wir auch so ein Idiot, Alter?
Then he had
Voll
plenty
der
of
Typ.
time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Wie Hivo schon sagte, das ist schlimmer als zu deiner eigenen Hochzeit, der Geburt deines Kindes oder zu deiner Taufe zu kommen, Alter.
That's not...
Oder hat er sogar Funeral gesagt? Das ist schlimmer als zu deiner eigenen Beerdigung zu kommen. Ja gut, ne? Wir sind zu unserer eigenen Beerdigung gerade, Junge. Wir müssen was machen.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyokos' reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Das heißt aber immer noch nicht, dass ich es war. Kyoko kann es immer noch gewesen sein. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which
For
one of them did
serious?
it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Nein, nein, bitte, bitte, ich will nicht mehr, ich will nicht mehr, ich kann das nicht mehr, ich kann diesen Typen nicht mehr. Junge, Alter, der meint das doch. Ich muss tatsächlich sagen, ich entscheide auch viele wichtige Dinge in meinem Leben einfach, indem ich eine Münze werfe. Ach, scheiße, Mann. Weiß, es ist Samstag und ich habe mich immer noch nicht um diesen scheiß IHK-Vorbereitungskurs gekümmert. Und meinen Bericht muss ich auch immer noch schreiben, meinen Ausbildungsbericht. So eine Scheiße, Junge. Ach, fuck, Mann. Ach, fuck, ey. Ah, ich glaube, ich schreibe den am Montag oder so. Keine Ahnung, ist mir auch scheißegal. Ich habe mich um nichts gekümmert, Alter. Weder um das eine noch um das andere. Ich wollte mich sowohl um den Bericht als auch um diesen scheiß Kurs kümmern, ey. Mensch, wieso rede ich jetzt überhaupt darüber? Wir waren doch gerade dabei. 50-50 odds. Oh yeah.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
How about that?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
Ja. Ach,
According to the
scheiße, ja.
Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Ja, das war das Messer von uns.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway! So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Ach, du hast mich in die Scheiße geritten, Alter. Hä? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
Vielleicht wollte ich nicht sass wirken.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
Super suspicious, Alter. Ich habe irgendwann schon mal erzählt, dass es diese Voiceline gibt. Da habt ihr sie.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
12.000%! Oh mein Gott! Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Was brauchen wir denn jetzt?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Nein, hab ich nicht!
Just because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Nein! Es ist nicht gesagt, dass sie umgebracht
The
hat.
knife we found lodged in the same. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it.
Just because I had them, that automatically.
Well,
Getting killed her, right?
Yes, I see. So what you're saying is, I have absolutely no idea. Weißt du was?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
if he did have that knife, that seals it.
But just because I had them, that automatically.
Well, getting
Killed her.
Was? Ich hab das war jetzt einfach so. Ich habe nicht gedacht, dass das funktionieren würde. Hä? Ich war kurz davor zu googeln gerade.
Hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Mir fällt gerade auf, also ich glaube, bei den Debates wird jetzt nichts Schwieriges mehr kommen. Ich weiß, dass ich im dritten und im vierten immer ein bisschen gestruggelt habe, gerade mit diesem Flashback-Scheiß. Aber ey, ich habe das richtig gut gemeistert hier. Junge, Junge, Junge.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember?
Ah, ja, wir haben ja die neue Tuchbullet nicht umsonst bekommen. Okay, ja, okay.
The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on him, right? In other words, The victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Was willst du jetzt von mir? Monokuma-Pfeil?
I got it!
Tatsächlich.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Ich warte nur, bis wir zu den Spielen kommen, wo es heißt, ja, der Monokuma-Pfeil, ich habe den gar nicht gelesen, Alter. Solche Kandidaten kommen auch noch, Leute, ich sag's euch. Ich weiß aber nicht, ob das auch in den offiziellen Spielen ist oder nur in den Fangames.
Then the knife.
Oder ob es überhaupt in den Fangames ist. Oder ob es überhaupt passiert ist und ich es mir nur eingebildet habe.
It was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Und dann nehme ich das als Thumbnail. Ah, ich überlege später drüber. Aber ich screenshotte es mir mal. Jo, bitte hör auf zu laggen, Alter.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Moment, was?
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
Sag doch nichts mehr zu.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Warum bin ich immer noch dein Angestellter, wenn du mich total suspektest, Junge? Ich habe keine Ahnung, übrigens. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist. Ah, okay.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Leute, ich muss mal ganz kurz mir nochmal einen Teller Nudeln holen, Alter. Ich habe so Bock auf Nudeln gerade. So, Freunde, wir sind wieder back on track. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich die Aufnahme überhaupt pausiert habe. Ich hoffe, ich habe sie pausiert. Ich muss die mir nochmal ansehen. Anita, wenn irgendein komischer Schnitt war, dann sag's mir bitte. Das wäre scheiße, wenn ich das halbe Class-File aus Versehen nicht aufgenommen hätte und wieder so ein Fail hätte wie bei Twilight Princess mit Mercedes, Alter. Dann begehe ich Selbstmord, Junge.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Sprich noch
And that's
leiser, kein
only
Problem.
natural, because, of course,
Jeder, der meine Parts schaut, like.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
Yes. I'm in the clear. Yes.
And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Yes, let's fucking go.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
Nee, halt's Maul, Alter. Die Alte wird jetzt executed dafür, dass sie uns umbringen wollte.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Keine Ahnung.
Then shall we continue the debate?
Keine Ahnung.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, Scheiße.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Totally dead.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was
Shall
du
we
wolltest.
Continue the debate. The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well,
Ah.
yeah.
And it wasn't me. And then there's a...
Oh yeah.
That's gotta be it. Evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds.
Ich weiß aber nicht, warum ich das machen muss.
Shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury.
Okay, so. Okay, sehr schön.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
Yo.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Was? Was? Moment, ich war kurz am Handy. Moment, was hat der Typ jetzt Nein. Nein. Nein, bitte, bitte sei ruhig, Alter. Wenn das irgendwer machen würde, würde sich die Person wahrscheinlich selbst in den Magen stechen, Junge. Maybe they held it the other way. Vor allem, warum würdest du das tun? Es gibt auch keinen Grund dafür, das zu tun. Mal abgesehen davon, dass es nicht geht, würdest du auch keinen Grund haben, so rumzumachen.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Dankeschön.
I
So.
wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Bitte.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
Ja.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Bro, calm the fuck down.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Junge, die beiden haben noch viel gruselige Energy between each other als Byakuya und Toko.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Leute, ich hatte gerade so eine Cringe-Memory unlocked. Wenn ich irgendwann dieses Display nochmal ansehe, werde ich mich selbst dafür hassen, dass ich diese Cringe-Memory jetzt wieder hochhole. Aber ich hatte ja wirklich auch mal eine Beziehung mit jemandem und ich hatte genau so ein Verhältnis. Wir hatten genau so ein Verhältnis wie Toko und Byakuya, nur dass ich Toko war und der andere war und die andere Person war Byakuya. Und ich habe die Person halt auch so Master genannt einmal. So, ja, ich frage meinen Meister, habe ich einmal gesagt. Junge, in was für einem Film war ich denn damals, ey? Das ist gar nicht mal, das ist 1,5 Jahre her. Ein bisschen mehr als 1,5 Jahre ist das her. Wir waren, glaube ich, Anfang Juni sind wir zusammengekommen und Anfang Juli hat sie Schluss gemacht. Eine Woche nach meinem Geburtstag, weil wir uns an meinem Geburtstag getroffen haben. Also, wenn du das siehst, ich hasse dich. Noch nie einen Ex-Partner von mir gehasst. Okay, doch, habe ich, aber trotzdem. Ich hasse die Person, so. Ist irgendwie ein Thema für irgendein anderes Let's Play, aber nicht für hier. Weil hier ist ja eher weniger off-topic, ne? Hier geht es ja eher um das Subject, ne? Off-topic können wir gehen in Super Mario Star Wars. Also schaltet ein bei Mario Star Wars, bei Mario RPG, bei Meisterdetektiv Pikachu, was auch immer noch läuft, auch wenn ich schon fertig aufgenommen habe. Schaltet ein. Die Murder Weapon waren die Pfeile, die wir gefunden haben. Warte mal, ich muss da ganz kurz nochmal die Bullets durchgehen. Wir werden nicht mehr über viel reden, glaube ich. Ich glaube, das Feuer ist fast vorbei.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
Ja, soweit waren wir auch schon.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Don't blame Hina for doubting it. Because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Ja, das Duct Tape, die wurden zusammengebunden wahrscheinlich.
The titanium arrow.
Ich möchte ganz kurz einmal sagen, dass ich diesen Skill, der dafür sorgt, dass ich nur 3 Truth Bullets auf einmal haben kann, wirklich ein Gott ist, Alter. Peak Gott.
It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Soko, du bist
It
einfach
was in the
verrückt.
dojo, I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must be...
No, it's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Waffe einfach Duct Tape.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
Und damit habe ich gerade mein letztes Geräuschsteiner für 2023 leer getrunken. Toll. Ich werde verdursten morgen.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Das ist so, Junge. Oh, Pikachu. Ich glaube, er findet es nur harsh, weil er keine Freunde hat, wie er uns ja gesagt hat in seinem letzten Freetime-Event.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Never? Das ist eine Lüge. Da haben wir sie nämlich schon mal getroffen.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Natürlich haben wir Proof, Byakuya. Natürlich haben wir Proof.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Ja, der Schlüssel, den wir bei ihr im Zimmer gefunden haben.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
Oh, jetzt wird's personal, Leute.
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? And what were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
Oh mein Gott, was?
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Should mean that Kyoko... She killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Was? Was? Moment, stopp. Was? What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? Ah, ja. Ja, ich weiß, worauf wir hinaus wollen. Was das dagegen? Oh, wie verzweifelt Hibo ist, Alter. Ich zeig mit meiner Hand drauf, als könntet ihr es sehen, Junge.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
So, Byakuya, was versteckst du vor
Master
uns?
would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Nein, hättest du nicht. Ich weiß jetzt aber nicht.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the killer. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you...
Keine Ahnung. What? You think there's some mistake lurking in what I said? Okay, wir müssen erstmal determinen, wo müssen wir drauf schießen.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the
I'm not the killer. Damit hat sie recht in dem Fall.
You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master
Weil
would
es ja darauf
never
hinaus für die
hide something
Discussion.
from me.
There's proof that you aren't the
Das
culprit.
Proof. Ja, das
Is
gibt
that what
Proof.
you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid and then left.
The locker key in my own room.
But could I really have done that?
Okay, es gibt... Entweder müssen wir das auf das schießen, was Kyoko sagt, oder wir brauchen den Zeitreisezeit.
there's proof that you... Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid
And then left my own room, correct?
Fick deine Mutter, Junge! Och, Junge!
Those words you just spoke.
exactly
Dieser
what I'm not.
Zeitreise-Scheiß
You
macht
should
mich so
understand.
wütend, Junge!
Master would never.
There's proof. Culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid and then left.
My own room, correct?
Okay, ja, andersrum. Andersrum, ja, okay. Na, okay, Leute. Ich hab's jetzt.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not, but
Dann
you
gib
should
mir doch nicht
understand.
Byakuyas Account, der genau darauf hinaus will. Es geht nämlich darum, dass
You stated
Kyoko...
it very early. You said I hid the
You left locker key in my own room.
Es geht darum, dass Kyoko ihren Schlüssel nicht hatte, logischerweise.
Those words you just said.
Exactly what I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya, what are you...
Master would never hide.
There's proof that
No, it's wrong.
Jungs, wachsen, Alter. Er sagt, no, that's wrong. Das heißt, er contradicted ihn. Und Byakuya sagt, der ist proof. Wir geben ihm ja gerade recht.
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Junge, ey, ich freue mich so auf Teil 2, wenn wir ein bisschen flexibler sind mit den Möglichkeiten, ne? Weil wir dann nicht mehr dauernd diese scheiß zeitreisende Scheiß brauchen. Einfach nur, um Leuten zustimmen zu können. Das macht mich so wütend, Junge. Dieser Zeitreise-Scheiß.
Why not?
By the way, ich weiß gar nicht, warum ich das Zeitreise-Scheiß nenne. Ich weiß es echt nicht. Ich weiß nicht mal, wie die Funktion heißt. To be honest.
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No. That's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this isn't just like her. To try and save herself, it's such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that frightened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not I should expose Kyoko's lie. No! Running away isn't gonna solve anything. Oh, schade, Mann. Pursue the lie. Ich möchte nicht sterben, tatsächlich.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
Yo, der Typ überlegt eine halbe Stunde. Yo, soll ich das jetzt sagen oder nicht? Und dann so richtig mit Confidence, er streckt so seinen Finger raus. Ey, die Alte hat gelogen. Die hat gelogen, Junge. Er zeigt richtig mit dem Finger auf sie, Alter. Sie hat gelogen. Er überlegt eine halbe Stunde, hat voll das schlechte Gewissen. Oh, soll ich sagen, dass sie gelogen hat? Soll ich nicht sagen? Und dann mit so Confidence, Alter.
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Junge, die Musik ist so laut während des Class Trials, Junge. Ich glaube, ich passe den ganzen Part über, aber ich glaube, in Class Trials ist die Musik zu laut. Das heißt, ich muss zukünftig in den Class Trials leiser machen. Ich guck mir den Part nachher an und entscheide dann. Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Okay. You know the drill, wenn das Theme kommt, dann sind wir close to the end. Kyoko's account.
I didn't have the key to my room. Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Ihr müsst mal diese lilanen Dinger lesen. Ich habe da meistens keine wirkliche Zeit für, aber ich habe gerade was gelesen, weil das sind ja Dinge, die die anderen sagen, aber man weiß nicht wer. Also man erkennt meistens daran, was da steht. I would have given Master my room key too. Ach, Toko, Junge.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten
Wer
there?
sind wir, Hibo?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
I didn't have this because I'd given it. There's no doubt.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly.
No, it's wrong.
Alright, Freunde. Da kommt gleich unser
No.
Wrap-Up.
Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Ich hab den Mund voll, wartet mal. Actually, to be precise, not quite. I use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing.
Vor allem, sie hat das auch richtig wütend gesagt. Leute, lasst mich mal ganz kurz aufessen.
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
Ach du Scheiße. Kyoko hat sie umgebracht.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost.
Ja, du bist selbst schuld, wenn du so dumm bist, mir das zu erzählen, Alter.
That's all this means.
Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
Wann haben wir ein Zeitlimit?
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Nein. Nein, das kann nicht sein. Ich weiß, ich habe vorhin gesagt, bitte tötet sie, aber nur weil sie versucht hat, mich umzubringen, aber es ist fucking Kyoko. Like, Kyoko, unsere Kyoko, ohne die wir jeden vorherigen Case niemals gelöst hätten. Wollt ihr mich eigentlich verarschen? You got it right! Brilliantly right! We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Wie? Lässt du uns nicht noch irgendwie mit Kyoko reden? Normalerweise reden die doch immer nur eine halbe Stunde. This time, is everyone ready? Okay then.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Das gibt's doch nicht. Irgendwas stimmt hier nicht. Nein. Nein, ich glaub das nicht, bitte. Aber nein, es ist zu spät. Genau wie Leon, Mondo, Celeste und Alter Ego wird Kyoko ebenfalls executed. Ohne Explanation, ohne gar nichts. Denn anderen haben wir wenigstens eine Explanation bekommen. Und ich stelle mir zerquetscht werden um einiges brutaler vor als alle anderen Executions bisher. Die von Alter Ego ausgenommen, weil Alter Ego ein Laptop ist. After School Lesson. Alter, sie wird einfach blau. Nein! Nein! Sie ist tot! Kyoko ist tot, Leute. Es ist vorbei. And that's how the class trial of Muko Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or, regardless, the proof was lost forever. Even for me. And let's stop thinking about it. That was the end of Muko's class trial. So, hoppla, ich war gerade schon verwirrt. And in the end, it was proved to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. What the fuck? What the fucking hell? Nein, ich nehme das als Thumbnail! Das nehme ich als Thumbnail, Leute. Passt auf, Leute. Wartet mal, hier, Peak Screenshot. So. Ganz kurz. Ich möchte einige Dinge dazu sagen. Einige. Erstens, Toko ist anscheinend gestorben und ich habe Byakuya noch nie in seinem Leben so glücklich gesehen. Das ist das natürlichste Lächeln, das wir jemals von Byakuya sehen werden. Weil Toko tot ist. Zweitens, wo haben die diese Klamotten her? Die haben doch... Also Byakuya hatte nie so etwas an. Und drittens, das wohl offensichtlichste, Hivo sieht richtig aus wie ein Daddy erstmal. Keine Ahnung warum, aber ja, aber was heißt wie ein Daddy? Er sieht richtig heftig aus plötzlich. Und abgesehen davon, Hivo hatte recht. Seine Weissagung war richtig. Er und ich, wir werden dieselbe Frau ficken und mit derselben Frau Kinder haben. Aber er hat nie gesagt, dass Byakuya mit der gleichen Frau ebenfalls Kinder haben wird. Können wir mal über die Haare von Hivos Kind reden? Dann können wir darüber reden, dass alle Kinder aussehen wie ihre Väter, aber null wie ihre Mütter? Dann können wir darüber reden, dass Hina mit jedem von den dreien Sex hatte? Mit jedem von denen also ein Kind hat? Junge, die benutzen die doch einfach nur als Sexpuppet. Like, guck mal, wie glücklich die auch alle aussehen. Alle außer Hina. Okay, und Hivo guckt auch irgendwie nicht glücklich. Der guckt richtig ernst, Alter. Der guckt wie so ein Gangster-Rapper. Und Hina sieht auch irgendwie überhaupt nicht glücklich aus. Ja gut, ne? Junge, ich komme nicht drüber hinweg, ey. Toko ist einfach tot und Byakuya freut sich ein Ast ab darüber. Alter! Alter, Junge, nee, Junge. Nur um sicher zu gehen, dass ich einen Screenshot gemacht habe, weil ich kann den Screenshot später nochmal nehmen, ne? Ich glaube, ich habe einen gemacht. Anyway. Ich lach mich tot, Alter. Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. 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 This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Natürlich kann es nicht so enden. Das war ja logisch, ne? Her claim? Well, that's right, I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you will never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? It's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she could kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of.
Oh nein. Oh nein. Wir?
Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Nein. Nein, jetzt werden wir... Nein! Das kann nicht sein! Also das andere Ende hat mir besser gefallen, indem Kyoko gestorben ist, Toko gestorben ist und wir alle die gleiche Frau gefickt haben.
Huh? Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Nein,
Voting time?
das kann nicht sein. Voting Time. Wisst ihr, was das für eine Time ist? Time für uns zu sterben. Stimmt, wir hatten vorhin noch gar keinen Result-Screen, das ist mir gar nicht aufgefallen. Und das war das erste Mal, dass wir ein B bekommen haben. Ich lasse mich noch mal ganz kurz schauen. 92. 92. Habe ich irgendwo 100? 91. Ich war richtig schlecht heute. 89. 93. Ich war am Anfang viel besser. Also am Anfang gespielt. 95, okay. 83. 97, okay. 92. 72. Und 100! Yes! Die letzte Phase. Ich weiß gar nicht, was wir da gemacht haben. War das die im alternativen Ending? Wie auch immer. 99 Monocoins reichen.
Now, who will be chosen as the placket?
Lastfall hatte auch
Will
viel
you
weniger
make
Phasen als
the
die
right
anderen.
choice or the
hat nur 11.
dreadfully wrong one?
Ja, red nicht so lang. Die anderen hatten immer so 16 oder
Hey,
so.
hold on!
Aber ey, du kannst mich nicht executen,
What's it
Alter!
gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What's gonna be the game without the main character, bro? You little asshole. Nein. Bitte. Nein. Wir werden executed. Wir werden executed, Leute. Wir sind tot. What? Nein. Bitte, das darf nicht dein Ernst sein. You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfectly sense. Ich habe ja gesagt, ich schreie nicht mehr in meinem Part. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment! Wait, why? Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Nein. Hat sie jetzt umgebracht oder nicht? Nein, das kann nicht sein. Aber es ist leider so. Anstatt Kyoko werden wir executed. Ein anderes Theme? Irre ich mich gerade? Bin ich gerade behindert? Ich glaube, das ist andere Musik als vorhin, oder? Ich muss dringend meine Zähne putzen, Alter. Aber ich glaube, ich habe gerade andere Probleme. After School Lesson. Die zweite Runde. Ich will das nicht nochmal sehen, Alter. Diese Execution ist auch so painful to watch, Alter. Die anderen konntest du dir ansehen, aber die hier, du relatest die richtig. Du relatest richtig, wie diese Presse immer näher kommt, wie das zerquetscht wirst, wie das immer näher kommt. Du relatest dazu komplett. Weil du richtig mit dem Charakter mitfühlst. Du denkst so richtig so, okay, jetzt ist es vorbei und dann ist es doch nicht vorbei. Guck mal, wie blau er wird. Ich habe das gar nicht mehr in Erinnerung, dass die so blau werden, beide. What the fuck? Chihiro? What the fuck happened? Wir leben? Die Presse hat aufgehört. Monokumas Blick. Okay. Wenn wir das überleben, dann, bin ich sehr surprised. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Oh yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Fun Fact, als ich das Spiel das erste Mal gespielt habe, habe ich das nicht gesehen. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich das hinbekommen habe, aber ich habe nicht gesehen, dass Alter Ego uns gerettet hat und war so like, was genau ist jetzt passiert? Leute, klärt mich auf. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it, Alter, hell, I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? Barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. Itch! Stupid virus is gone now, got it? So is Makoto. You didn't get to smash him, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. Anyway, that's an even better special punishment. That's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. And despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We are not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now the mastermind. Now it's the mastermind that ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Wie, und jetzt sind wir plötzlich alle wieder glücklich? Oder was geht jetzt ab, Alter? Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Haupt's Peak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-founded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you will be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend the school. 1. You have to already be attending high school. 2. You have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there, at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students, was me. Huh? Ist das gerade diese typische Rückblende, die man erlebt als Mensch, bevor man stirbt, oder was geht ab? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck's going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell! I was in a vast dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. Woher willst du wissen, dass es Alter Ego war? Du hast nichts gesehen, Alter. Du hattest die Augen zu, als es passiert ist. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. Warum hätte er Kyoko nicht helfen können? So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. Instead, the pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Ich sehe übrigens... Das Ding hier, wo ich gerade meinen Cursor drauf habe, ist doch die Rakete, die in der Execution am Anfang des Spiels benutzt wurde. Dieser Typ da, den Monokuma umgebracht hat. Ja, wie wär's denn mit der großen auffälligen Tür? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But it's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was... go to sleep. Ach so, ja, gute Nacht. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. Not like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, flaring me awake. As I watched, a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a lying piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A lying piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko!
It smells awful.
Du bist hier! Oh mein Gott! Wir haben dich so vermisst! Und guckt euch an, irgendwie schon süß, was sie in ihren Haaren hat. This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing
So-
here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Oh mein Gott, wie süß sie zur Seite schaut, ich will's essen. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me
Hey.
again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Wie auf diesem Wasser auch so drauf steht, H2O. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that he was holding out for me. Within seconds it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Ja, okay, Kyoko, was machst du hier? Was machen wir jetzt? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt. Oh no. To atone. Atone?
you...
During trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I...
Abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. I can't offer you any other reason than that.
Truly...
I really am sorry. Oh mein Gott, was? Ich will die Voiceline hören. Ich will die Voiceline hören. Komm.
However... I'm... truly sorry.
Oh mein Gott, das tut weh, sie das sagen zu hören. Weil man so einen Satz nie von ihr erwartet hätte. Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. Do you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you're saying is true, why don't you ask the rest of us to help you?
That?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's lost a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. She believed that, and of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. It was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. Typischer Moment, der mich an Tag erinnert aus Chapter 3. I'm the ultimate moral compass, I would never steal something.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's lost your personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh, wir erfahren endlich ihr Ultimate. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the Ultimate Detective. Richtig, sie ist der Ultimate Detective. Ich weiß auch nicht, ob ich es irgendwann im Let's Play schon mal aus Versehen gespoilert habe. Aber ja. The Ultimate Detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy. Steht sie jetzt als Ultimate Detective drin hier? Nein, tatsächlich nicht. Lol. There was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyokos' dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains. When Alter Ego told us how we thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost.
So,
Yoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
Boah, meine Alexa hat gerade reagiert, Alter, ich hab mich so erschrocken. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. Shelves were a mess. The desks were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that was true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went
Correct.
to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room
However,
there. But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important and really ominous. Okay.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but me had an alibi. Everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? It makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Ja, richtig, weil es im Fernsehen ausgestrahlt wird, ne? Da hatte ja auch Byakuya mit ihm drüber gesprochen während der Investigation, wenn ihr euch noch erinnert. Das war vor ungefähr 3 Stunden. The mastermind himself, ja.
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Was? I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the night? Das heißt, eigentlich hätten wir da liegen sollen und Kyoko hätte accused werden sollen. Aber dadurch, dass wir nicht getötet worden sind, gab es 2 Suspects und deswegen sind wir executed worden. Das heißt, wir konnten ja nur verlieren, Alter. Geil. I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the God of Death. What? I can hear the God of Death as he moves. That ability naturally dwarfs me into cases just like this. That is exactly what happened with you. Ey, wenn du diese krasse Special Ability hast, warum ist dann zum Beispiel Sayaka gestorben? Warum ist Chihiro gestorben? Ja, okay, Chihiro, das war ja kein geplanter Mord. Aber Sayaka, das war ein geplanter Mord. Sie hat geplant, Leon zu töten. Warum hast du da nichts gemacht? Warum hast du nichts gemacht bei Celeste? Okay, bei Celeste ist es actually klar. Weil, sie da noch selbst gesagt hat, scheiße. Monokuma hat uns einen Modus gegeben und ich habe mich nur um Alter Ego gekümmert. Ich hätte es merken müssen. Und Sakura war ja ein Suicide, von daher. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
Was ich mich frage, ist, wie ist die Person in mein Zimmer reingekommen, wenn sie nicht mehr diesen Schlüssel hatte, der alle Türen öffnet. Den Kyoko von ihr, also von der Person, ne? Person weiblich, ne? Von ihr, also von der Person gestohlen hat. Anders gesagt, müssen wir jetzt davon ausgehen, dass diese Person hinter der Sache mit Mukuro Ikusaba steckt. Die gleiche Frage ist also, wie hat die Person den Schlüssel in Kyokos Raum gelegt? Okay, wir gehen einfach mal davon aus, dass es einen zweiten Monokuma-Schlüssel gab. I went into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened, immediately of course.
However,
it wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
Hä? Ich ging jetzt davon aus, dass der masked assailant... Ich ging jetzt davon aus, dass der masked assailant das Mastermind war, aber okay. And the murder was disguised and the dozo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. Ja, aber dann macht's doch viel mehr Sinn, wenn das Mastermind mich selbst umbringen wollte. Und nicht irgendein Assailant, sondern das Mastermind höchstpersönlich. Und... ne? So all this would mean whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But it's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro Ikusaba was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. We're talking about What happened a year ago? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair. The despicable group. Whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Indeed.
And there, make no mistake, they are the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Niemand ist gestorben in diesem Chapter von unserem Pappenheimer. Okay, Leute. Die Rakete, die da unten chillt. Geil. Okay, Leute. Also, ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns im nächsten Part wieder. Im nächsten Jahr sehen wir uns wieder. Aber ich bleib dabei. Es macht mehr Sinn, dass das Mastermind uns persönlich getötet hat. Oder töten wollte. Und stattdessen Mukuro getötet hat. Aber vielleicht irre ich mich auch. Aber trotzdem, Fakt ist, selbst wenn Mukuro in unserem Raum war, wie ist Mukuro da reingekommen? Like, she couldn't. Like, how? Da muss ich einen zweiten Schlüssel gegeben haben. Anyway. Ich hoffe wirklich, dass der Ton in dem Part passt. Wenn nicht, dann begehe ich Selbstmord, wie gesagt. War ein Witz natürlich. Ich würde mich niemals umbringen. Okay, Freunde. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.